It's time to start your morning by taking 5. Here's your host, Matt McMaster.
You're listening to Take 5, a quick 5-minute take on the biggest things happening in Nebraska sports. I am your host, Matt McMaster, and today we are talking about the best week in all of sports, NCAA tournament week, round of 64, round of 32. We are just 2 days away from the beginning of March Madness. And man, I cannot wait. We actually technically begin tonight as San Diego State will take on the very controversial North Carolina Tar Heels, who are in the tournament. They shouldn't be in the tournament, but they are in the tournament. We will see if North Carolina can prove the doubters wrong and play their way into the round of 64 tonight in Dayton. Should be an interesting matchup. Let's talk upsets today. We kind of heard my thoughts yesterday on how I feel about Omaha taking on St. John's. I think Omaha is incredibly well-rounded. They have the size in the middle in Isaac Anaconda, Josh Streit. They also have really long athletic wings in Cam Thomas and Summit Lake Player of the Year, Markel Sutton. You couple on that with great shooting from J.J. White, Tony Osborne, and Lance Waddles. This is a really well-rounded, well-put-together team, well-coached team. I think that they're going to give St. John's some problems that maybe the Johnnies aren't going to be anticipating. So we're going to see what happens with that. Obviously, I think it's going to be a Herculean task for Omaha to beat St. John's, but I do anticipate this game coming pretty close to the wire and being much closer than people anticipate it being. I just think that Omaha's a really good team. Let's go to some other upsets that I'm a pretty big fan of. Number one, and it might surprise you, it's another 15-2. The Bryant Bulldogs taking on the Michigan State Spartans. Now, I know you might be thinking, Matt, Michigan State is primed to make a Final Four run. They have incredible depth. They won the Big Ten regular season without one player on the first team or second team All Big Ten. They are loaded. They have one of the best coaches ever, who is, historically a pretty damn good March coach. I'm telling you right now, it's about matchups. Bryant matches up really well against Michigan State in this game. But let's go by the numbers. Michigan State is one of the best rebounding teams in the country, not only just on the defensive end, but the offensive end as well. Bryant has a lot of size, multiple guys, 6'5", 6'6", 6'9", 6'8". They're going to be able to challenge Michigan State on the boards, which could be a massive problem for the Spartans. But then also on top of that, you have to look at the contrasting styles of offensive and defensive play. Bryant plays really, really fast. They rank 7th in the country in pace of play, averaging 75 possessions per game. They're only 3 behind the incredibly quick Alabama Crimson Tide. Michigan State isn't Drake. They're not crawling down the floor, but they definitely don't play at that style. I think that Bryant is going to have a really good chance at beating Michigan State here if they can clear the boards, not allow second chance points, and make their shots and make Michigan State play at their pace. I think that this is a sneaky bad matchup for the Spartans. So something to look out for. Another one that I'm in big favor of, UC San Diego taking on Michigan. Now, you're going to be hearing this one a lot. This is a very popular upset here. UC San Diego with 12 taking on the Big Ten tournament champion, number 5 Michigan. Now, there has been a trend as of late where Big Ten championship teams have not been doing well in the tournament as of late, not being able to get out of the second round. Take that as you will. But let's look at from a stylistic perspective. Michigan has a major turnover issue. They're averaging 14 turnovers a game. That's 340th in the country. That's a terrible, terrible number. UC San Diego is one of the best turnover teams in the country. They're averaging 9.1 steals per game. That's in the top 10. And they have an incredible player, the 6'6" New Zealander, Aniwa Tate Jones. He's averaging 20 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's a legitimate, Power 5 type guy. I think UC San Diego, with the contrasting style of how aggressive they are on defense and how careless with the ball Michigan can get, and on top of that, Michigan potentially being a little bit worn out from their Big Ten tournament where they played 3 really competitive games back to back to back. I think right now UC San Diego would be my pick to click in terms of picking upsets. We'll have more upsets later in the week. Stick around, but you've been listening to Take 5, and I've been your host, Matt McMaster.